Okay, I was born in the house that used to be up on the hill where the dairy barn is. I was delivered there in the house by Dr. McCraw, who was a local physician, and we grew up milking cows and feeding hogs and raising chickens, and I went to a country school called West Union, which is all over to the southwest of us, for 2 years. And then they closed that school down, and they had built the new elementary school called Mitchell, which is where the middle school is now. Only it was just eight grades, and it was a small building that's been built onto multiple times. So we would grow our own hay, and sometimes we would grow grain sorghums to put in the silo. You milk twice a day and spend all summer putting up hay and all winter feeding it out. It was a good life. And then I had the opportunity to hunt and fish all I wanted to, and went to high school at Bolivar and graduated, and attended Southwest Baptist College or University, and got my bachelor's degree there in biology, and then taught the 8th grade at Osceola 1 year, and then I went into the military service in 1968 and was trained as a field medic, and was in U.S. Army Reserves for 6 years, and started graduate school at the University of Missouri-Columbia in the fall of 1969, and got a master's degree in wildlife management. And then along about that time, our daughter Julie was born when we lived in Columbia, and then we moved back to Bolivar, and for about a year and a half, and then I got a job back up by the Columbia at the town of Ashland as a area manager for the Ashland Wildlife Area, which is where Julie and her brother Justin grew up.
Well, we would, when we lived in the wildlife area, we had lots of cats, and we had 2 dogs, and we had a pony. I never got to ride the pony, just got to pet the pony. And we would go to the pond and throw the retriever dummies in the pond so the dogs would jump in and bring them back. It was supposed to teach them how to retrieve ducks or whatever, but I didn't like the idea of shooting the ducks. We had neighbors who had horses, and we'd go visit them. My dad he loves animals, always loved animals.
I always wanted I was always interested in wildlife when I was younger, and wanted to be a conservation agent or a wildlife biologist. And so I did get that opportunity, and that's probably some of the best years that I had. It was a job that I liked the most. You got to work with the landowners around the area, and you got to work with wildlife biologists from the Department of Conservation and university students who were doing research. And so I knew from early on that that's what I wanted to do, and I'm very thankful that I did have the opportunity to do it for around 10 years before I changed my career and went into law enforcement. And that wasn't as much fun. But
Probably when I wanted to climb a tree, but I couldn't get up to it. So I sat in the bucket of the tractor and he lifted me up into the tree. And that was pretty fun. And he's just really nice. He does that stuff a lot. I don't know, I think he is because he loves animals, and he tells me a lot that he used to like work with animals a lot and he enjoyed doing it. Some of them. I guess I just kind of just always liked animals, and I get to be with them a lot when I'm with him, and he teaches me a lot about them.
And then retired at that time, and came back out and continued to farm, and then until I sold my cows and most of the machinery, probably along about 2010 or 12. And since that time, I've just been living here and working around the house, and but I enjoy living in the country. I have no desire to live in town. I guess I'm just spoiled.